Hello gorgeous readers and welcome to our spooky season special. So this week I have been reading only thrillers for a week. I really wanted to get into the thriller genre because I really like spooky season, scary movies, thriller movies, that kind of thing. And obviously I really like books. So I thought why not combine the two and try out thriller books and see if they hold my interest. So I decided to choose 4 books for this week, and I set myself a challenge of reading them, and I did a little reading vlog for you. So you will get very up close and personal with me in my bed, in my blanket cocoon most of the time. So hope you're ready for that. So that's effectively what this video is going to be about. As you can see, I have changed up the ambiance of the room to make it a little bit more in line with the spooky vibes, and I am wearing my It Pennywise special t-shirt as well for the occasion. So without further ado, let's just jump straight on into it. Okay, so I'm just about to start The Housemaid by Freida McFadden, and this is the first line that I've read. So I don't really know anything about this book. I've never read a Freida McFadden book before. And this is the first line. If I leave this house, it will be in handcuffs. I should have run for it while I had the chance. Now my shot is gone. Okay. So I'm already in. I'm already sat. I'm already settled. I'll keep you updated with the progress. Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that. Okay. So I finished reading The Housemaid, and I was going to come on this morning because I had read to about 48% last night. I was going to come on this morning and I was going to chat while I was doing my makeup and just talk about my thoughts and say oh, I kind of feel like I know where this is going. I feel like it's going to be one of 2 outcomes, but obviously the how would still be surprising to me. I didn't really know where it was going, but I felt like I had a bit of an inkling. But obviously, as you can see, I did not put my makeup on this morning because I didn't have time, so I thought I'll catch up later. And then this evening I had some time and I ended up finishing the book, and the difference between what my thoughts would have been this morning to now is crazy. I did not see that coming. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to do my absolute best to be as evasive as possible, but I did not see that coming. I genuinely thought it was going to go one of 2 ways, but the how would be still unknown effectively. But no, it didn't go either one of those 2 ways. It went in a complete different direction. So I was shocked. I genuinely was shocked, and I was like, okay. Okay, it just completely unraveled from one point. I do think there was a point in the book, again, trying to be as vague as possible, there was a point in the book where they're talking outside and the person goes, oh, girl, and they're like, oh no, they're gone, it's fine, and he's like, no, girl, and that kind of tipped you off, that kind of tipped you off as to what was coming. Obviously not nearly as much as what was coming, obviously, I have no words for that, but that kind of tipped you off into who to expect. And I kind of wish that they'd left it until right before the end of right before part 2 started. That bit, if you've read it, that bit, I kind of wish they'd left it to then, because then it would have been a bit more of a whoa, what? And then reading part 2, or at least the start of part 2 from the other perspective, would have been a bit more what the heck is going on kind of thing. So I do wish for that a little bit, but either way, it was still for the first half of the book, no clue, not a Scooby-Doo in my head, any idea about what was happening. So I did really enjoy the book. I read it so fast, I ate it up, and I was so shocked, and that's exactly what I wanted from the thriller. I wanted something where I was I don't know what just happened. So I rated it 4 stars, and the only thing that I would say is the reason that it didn't get more, the reason that it got 4, and I was debating on giving it 4 or maybe giving it a little bit less, but I did enjoy it, so I felt like it deserved the 4. I don't have a super in-depth rating system or anything like that. It's mainly on vibes. Did I enjoy this book? Yeah, great. Will I remember afterwards? Great. And I will remember this book. But there was just a few bits that I didn't like. And it was just me personally, it might not bother you, but it was just me personally, it was kind of the fact that, you know, she gained weight to be less attractive, or the fact that she had gained weight from before made her less attractive. Like, oh, she was so much more attractive back then because she like gained weight. Don't love that. Don't like that at all. Hate that. Obviously, I understand later on in the book kind of why that happened, but even so, from the first half of the book, it was just like the amount of times it was mentioned, I was like, I'm like, let's be done now, you know, let's be done. And then the fact that Millie wore glasses to be less attractive, it's giving like girl takes her glasses off and all the boys are immediately like, oh my gosh, where's this beauty been all of our lives? She's been hiding behind glasses. Like, fuck off. Off, okay? Exactly the same person whether they're wearing glasses or not. And that grates on my nerves. So that was just a personal thing, that I just didn't love some of that narrative. And even though it's like fictional, it's still, obviously it's fictional, like it just bugs me because it's just like reinforcing the narrative that if you wear glasses you're not attractive, or you're not as attractive, and if you put on weight, like, you're less attractive. I don't like it. Not a fan. That was my only bugbear with the book. Literally my only bugbear with the book. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe I didn't gather the right meaning from it, but that's how I took it. And it's obviously subjective, all up to opinions, and it didn't make me not enjoy the book. Like, I still really enjoyed the book. So don't think that it made me not enjoy the book, because it did. And I still gave it 4 stars, and it was still such a surprise to me. But I was frustrated by that narrative. But anyway, I would say overall, in general, first thriller ever, it was a win. Like, Housemaid was a win. And then now it's time to go into No Exit. Okay, I'm 8% in, and I have absolutely no context for this whatsoever. But for some reason, I'm just like, are they all in on it? Like, is that the twist? Are they all going to be in on it? I don't know. I liked the way that it was done. Like, she sees the hand. Like, spooky. I think I would have a heart attack if I was stuck in the middle of nowhere during a blizzard with complete strangers, most of whom are men. And I saw a child in the back of a van in a cage. So, yeah, I don't know. Early, really, really early thoughts. But I'm just like, is it going to be that they're all in on it? I'm just thinking about that first initial email that we saw between 2 people. Just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it sticks. I've, like I said, literally absolutely no context. I am 8% in. Literally. 8% in. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm now hooked a little bit. Because at first I was like, this is a very long driving scene. I'm just really impatient. But now I'm like, what is happening? What is in there? Is it a child? Is it not a child? Like, has she seen it? Like, is it not what she thinks it is? Or what? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so my lack of self-control won out, and I finished the entire book. It's now a time that I don't want to say, because I'm sad that I've now lost sleep. But it is a cycle. It is a cycle that I forever do to myself. No one to blame but myself at all. Anyway, I finished the book. So, No Exit, I finished the book. And obviously I read it quite quickly. I didn't love it as much as The Housemaid. but at the same time it was like gripping. Like, I loved the main character. Like, I think she was so cool. Like her drive and her like will to like sort this problem out. I'm trying to be vague, but in Avengers Infinity War, and to be honest, Endgame as well, like in Avengers Infinity War, when Thanos just won't die, like he just won't die, and you think it's happened, and then oh no, and you think no, oh no. That's what like 50% of this book felt like. Like, I got halfway through and I was like, how is there another 50% of this book? Like, how? Like, we can't possibly drag this out. Oh, we can. Oh, we can. Yeah. Literally, it was honestly painful at a lot of the points, to be honest. I was like, this can't possibly be happening. Like, this can't possibly still be happening. So in that respect, that was frustrating. I felt like it was a bit too long. Like, it was way too dragged out, considering that the twist or the who did it came quite early on, really. So after that happened, I was expecting like other shoes to drop, and I guess another shoe did drop, but at the same time, like, it was just dragged out a bit too much for me. But that being said, it did grip me. I stayed awake to finish it because I wanted to know what happened, because I was here for Darcy and Jay. So yeah, those are my initial thoughts. Good suspense, definitely a lot more gory, I guess you'd say. Like, there's a lot more blood and violence in this book than there was in The Housemaid. Like, in a different way. Like, you understand what I mean if you've read both the books. Which is not my favourite. Like, I much prefer like psychological, like spooky or like paranormal or like things like that than gore or violence. It's not really my thing. But it was a good thriller. It was okay. I'll give it maybe like a 3.5. I don't know. I'll reassess in the morning after I've had some sleep. But I'd say maybe a 3.5. I liked the premise. I like the premise a lot. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. And I'll catch up with you in the morning, and then we'll go on to book 3. So I've just started Never Lie by Freida McFadden, and I am about 3% in, like literally 3% in. And I've read the prologue, and based purely on the prologue alone, absolutely no more information. Is it like a thing where the psychiatrist like really doesn't like lying, and so she like hurts / murders her clients when they lie? That was the vibe I'm getting from the prologue. Like, don't lie, like never lie, as is the name of the book. Like, never lie. Like, and like, I know that this book, I know nothing about this book. I didn't even read the blurb. I've just heard a synopsis of someone talking about it, like literally like a sentence. And I know that they uncover like notes from a psychiatrist, and they're like, oh my god, what is this? So is it like that? Is it like the psychiatrist hurts her patients when they lie because she has some kind of deep-seated issue with lying or something like that? I'm also already getting red flags from the husband because of the way that she's discussing it, but it can't possibly be like The Housemaid again, where like the husband like doesn't like lying and, you know, goes a bit cray-cray, punishes you when you do. Can't be like that again. So maybe it's fine. Maybe the husband and her are fine. It's just the way that she's talking about him. I'm literally only 3% in there, so who knows, but we will find out. Okay, so I know some people like to just read thrillers and like go with the flow, go with the ride, and just see where it takes them. I like to theorize. I like to see if I can guess what's going to happen, and then be thrilled. I say that as if I've read I say that as if I've read so many thrillers. I've literally read 2 so far. Oh, hello. I've literally read 2 so far. But like in thriller movies or just any movies and stuff like that, like I like to like think, oh my gosh, do I know where this is gonna go? And then when I don't know where it's gonna go, like when I'm like shocked, I'm like, that's what I wanted. Anyway, I digress. I have 2 theories so far. Two relatively different theories. So, one theory, which I don't think is true now, that I've read some more, is that obviously she writes the book, The Anatomy of Fear. Like, does she do something? Like, does she do something to the patients to scare them? And, like, read the results? Like, you know what I mean? Like does she experiment to kind of see the results and stuff? I'm leaning less and less towards that idea now, because I'm now leaning towards the idea of she was killed by like a patient. Like, she wasn't as careful as she should have been, and she wrote something in her book that upset someone, and then they came back to kill her. Or, well, not or, but I also think that Ethan has something to do with it. I don't know whether maybe he was like a patient of hers, like maybe when he was younger or something like that. Just the way that he looked at her picture. Makes me think that he, like, in some deep recess of his brain, recognises her or something like that. I don't know. So many theories. I'm literally only 17% in, so I imagine that I am probably nowhere close on any of these fronts. But I just want to come on here. I just want to theorize. I just want to chat as my thoughts are, because if you were in the room with me right now, that's exactly what I would be saying to you. And that's what I want these reading vlogs to feel like. Like, you're in the room with me right now, we're sat, we're having a chat, we're watching some YouTube on the telly, and we're reading our book, and we're theorizing about thriller plots. Doesn't that just sound like a great day? It does. Anyway, back to it. I'm home now. I'm about to eat my chicken nuggies, but I just needed to download, needed to debrief. What the actual fuck? I was not expecting that. Not a single one of my theories were correct. Not even close. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't want to know. I don't want to guess. And boy, did I not guess. Not even slightly. Not even a little bit. Was there even an inkling in my head what would happen? Kudos. That was good. That was. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but I need to spoil it just for a second, because I just need to talk about how, oh my god. So, spoiler warning for Never Lie by Freida McFadden, coming in like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. We've been in her head. Last chance for you, spoiler warning, by the way. It's coming. We've been in her head the entire time. How? She's, so puzzled. Oh, I'm listening to this person. Oh, there's someone in the house. Oh, who is that? What? We've been in her head the whole time. She's like, oh, this house gives me an uneasy feeling. Are we okay? You've been in this house before. What? Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. I haven't finished it yet. I'm like 8% in, but oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm so good. This is my favourite. This is my favourite so far, because not a clue. Not a clue. I'm so impressed. Okay, I'm going to finish it. Then I'll come back. I don't even know what to say. What the fuck? I feel like that's the only correct words to describe what just happened, what just occurred. What the what was that epilogue? What was that epilogue? Oh, cute. What? How many people died to get here? What? We're just living in blissful peace. Wow. Well, I have to say, that's my favourite so far. 100%. That's my favourite. That shocked the life out of me. The initial twist. And then I had an inkling about the second one, but still I didn't understand exactly what it was. Like, I didn't guess it. So none of the before are spoilers. I didn't guess it. And I certainly didn't guess the main one. I actually can't believe it. That was so good. But at the same time, I don't understand, because we're still on spoiler alert here, guys. Still on spoiler alert, so just keep going. If you don't want to know, keep going. Like, we had her perspective for the entire, like, first 80% of the book. And her perspective was that, like, that we were in her head. We were in her head. And she's like, "Oh, house. Oh, it gives me an uneasy feeling. I don't know why." I know why. Take a wild guess, babe. And like, oh, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. She was genuinely nervous about someone being in the house. But then, like, listening to the tapes, because she's like, ooh, trying to find out what happened to Dr. Adrian Hale. Bitch. You knew what happened. You were the cause. What? That bit. Hello. This is about, yes, I'm like a cocoon. It's where I'm most content. Anyway, that part of the book, I don't 100% get. Because obviously I understand that the perspective was for it to be such a shock, because you'd be like, oh my god, what? We were in your head the whole time and this is the twist. But then at the same time, I'm like, but we were in your head. Don't know this, don't know that. Ooh, the tapes. Ooh, who's this person? I wonder who this person is. But maybe if I read it again, I will see the signs, because maybe that didn't happen. I just don't know. I just don't know. It was like a wild goose chase, which is like all the way down thinking one thing and then another. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about this. But I enjoyed that. Despite my confusion, that was my favourite so far. That twist, that would not have been in probably the top 10 of my guesses. I don't think. Bear in mind, by the way, I don't read the blurbs of these books. I've not read the blurbs of the thrillers that I'm reading. Apart from the next one, I have read the blurb of that one. I've not read the blurb of any of these. So, like, I wasn't even slightly tipped off. And I think that with thrillers, that's one of the best ways to go. Like, I don't think the blurb would spoil it, but you know sometimes how they're like, will she uncover this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's a little bit of like a, oh, something else is going on here. Whereas I went into these completely blind. I had no idea what the premise was, apart from with The Housemaid. I have seen the trailer for the movie. So I watched the trailer for the movie and then I read the book. So, but that still shocked me, because obviously the trailer doesn't give you a single inkling. Obviously, as it shouldn't. Sorry, my northern coming out. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But I just really enjoyed that, and that twist was like, that was so good. Oh, I don't know, I might have to give this one 5 stars. I might have to 5-star it. I was hooked. Yeah. I think this is one that's going to be a 5-star. Despite the confusion at the first bit. But I reckon that if I was to go back and read it again, knowing what I know now, I would maybe pick up on some things. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, yeah, I think it deserves the 5 stars. It deserves the 5 stars for the pure shock factor. So, 5 stars to this one. Bye. And on to the last book of the week. And we're back, aren't we? Yeah. So here's the thing. This one is the only book that I had the physical copy of. So I had the physical copy, it was in my house, and I thought I'll give it a go. And the reason that there are no clips of it is because I did decide to DNF this book. Listen, it just wasn't giving the same as the others. I just wasn't like enthralled. I wasn't sat. I couldn't not wait to find out what happened. You know, I just really struggled to pick up this book. Whereas with the other ones, I was like kind of chasing my tail, kind of like wanting to get back to reading when I was doing other things. But for this one, I just really struggled. I got almost 50% of the way in, so I did get quite far in. So I did really try, and that's not to say that it's a bad book at all. If you love it, or if you haven't read it, you might still love it. It just wasn't for me. It just didn't give the same as the others. I just felt like there was a bit too much kind of character building and plot that wasn't relevant to the actual, like, you know, premise of the thriller. I don't know. I just didn't love it, so I decided to DNF because there are too many books in the world. Far too many books in the world. Literally millions. And my TBR is a mile long. It's more than a mile long, actually. It's so long. It's like as long as the River Nile. So yeah, if I don't fancy a book, if I don't want to keep reading a book, I will just I will just DNF it. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame that was the end to Thriller Week. Was a DNF. But we had 3 really good books, like at the start. Like, it was just the last one, and I'm glad that it was the last one, because I think if it was like the first one, for example, I think I would have just been disheartened for the whole week. So yeah, the last one was a DNF, which is why there's no clips, because I just wasn't into it. I just didn't feel like, you know, picking up the camera and talking about it because I was excited or I was theorizing or anything. So yeah, but overall, I would say that Thriller Week was a success. So that is it. Thriller Week is over, and I have to say, I feel like I'm a convert to the genre. I will probably primarily still read romance and romantasy, but I definitely will be picking up some more thriller books. So if you have any recs for those, please let me know down below. You know, any that have like really amazing plot twists and they're like gripping from the start. So as soon as you pick up the book, you don't want to put it down. I'm not really super familiar with like the authors and the popular books of this genre. So just let me know down below if you do have any recs for me. And thank you so much for watching this. Of course, the best part of this video was that you were here with me. So it's very much appreciated. And I will be back next week with another video, and hopefully I'll see you there. Bye!